And I'm still in Maringa in southern Brazil, one of the most modern, forward-thinking cities in Brazil that I've been to. But why am I still here after 3 nights? Because I was planning on leaving today to go somewhere else. Do you really want to know? It's the ongoing problem of budget. Today was meant to be the day I would get payment from my YouTube videos. It happens every month, but every now and again it's delayed by a day or two. And this month has been delayed, which means I have enough money to last me the weekend for accommodation and food. And you're probably thinking, oh no, Stu's going to be really in desperate situation. Not really. I've been in worse situations than this, but this was the days before I started doing YouTube, which means that for someone who does daily content, I've got to start thinking on my feet of what to do. So at the moment, I'm heading down to the second biggest park in Maringa. Yesterday I did the Parque do Inga, and I just thought, let's do a bit more nature, let's see more of this city. So how am I going to be surviving for the next 2 days? Well, the hotel is cheapish. It's not a hostel. It's £15 a night, and I've just paid for my next 2 nights for the weekend. But then there's the food, and this is where the hotel comes into its own, because the breakfast, and I've mentioned this before, is one of the best breakfasts I've had in any hotel, hostel I've been to. I took a video this morning on my phone of what the breakfast looked like, and this is it. And not only you've got your hot food, your cold food, fruit, cake, you name it. The best thing of all is help yourself, and my God, I've helped myself, especially this morning. As soon as I finished, I had to waddle out from the amount of food I had put down my throat. And then I decided to cheat a little bit. Even though it's help yourself, I took a couple of cakes and some bananas and some more fruit, and that's my lunch. Look at that. So that's breakfast and lunch sorted out for the next 2 days. Nothing to worry about there. And then for the evening, there's a cheap cafe next door to the hotel, and food from there. And then because there is no communal kitchen or free water in the hotel, there is no chance of doing any cooking. But I have been going to the shop to get some cheap water. So yeah, life goes on. And in 2 days' time, the YouTube money will go in, life will be back to normal, and I'll carry on travelling. So nothing to worry about. I won't be sleeping on the streets. And as I said, I have been in worse situations, where a few years ago I was in Lima in Peru, surviving on £10 a day for 3 weeks, which I succeeded with no problems, and I'm not in that situation now. So where I'm heading now is the Pioneers Forest Park, and unlike the one I went to in the last video, the Inga Park, this is more wilder. There's not many paths, and it's somewhere down here. And I have been given recommendations of places to visit in the city. One of them was the Japanese park, but unfortunately it's about an hour's walk from the hotel. I could have taken a cheap Uber, but that would have eaten into my food. So what was more important, food or going to see another park? Yeah. And if you're a new viewer and you're wondering why am I traveling with no money, it's only because I had a few expenses to pay earlier on this month, which has affected my budget. One of them was the flight back home, and as you know, the Middle East has this war going on which has affected the fuel prices of flights, and I think I made the right choice in buying the flight when I did, because of the fact a lot of them have been cancelled or sold out, and more importantly, a lot of them have doubled in price. So that affected a lot of my budget for this month, and that is the park over there. And I'm just trying to find out where the gate is. Oh, there it is there. I also had a smash on my telephone, on my mobile phone, which meant I had to get a new screen, and then on top of that I had to get contact lenses. So much stuff I had to pay for. So yeah, all affected the budget really badly. And the flight back is going to UK in less than a month's time. Oh, there is a gate, there is a building in there, so I need to cross this road. But I'm a happy person. I'm not getting down about it. It happens. It's happened. Oh no, the gate's locked. There's a big chain on it. So it looks like it's fenced off all the way around. I might as well carry on walking until I find an opening. But you can see already it is more wild. And there is a small river that goes through the middle of it. Now at the moment there is a lot of people doing power walking and running around this. I guess it goes all the way around. But I've found that a lot of these houses are really smart. It feels a very middle class city. Feels like it. I don't know what the outskirts looks like. This is the city centre. And I've just realised I'm on the cycle path, and after the amount of people that have nearly knocked me over, I think I'd better come on this side. Now I've been walking a little bit longer there, and there's still no gate. And I did receive a message on Instagram yesterday from a couple who live in Cordoba in Argentina, who say they follow me throughout my journey, and they usually watch me while they're having their dinner on a night time. So I just want to give a shout out to Agus and Kata. Thank you very much for your lovely message. I'm hoping you're having a really nice dinner tonight while you're watching me, and thank you for following us. Now there is a sign just here saying Bosque II, so it's sod's law that I try and find something free to look at, to show off, and then discover when I get here it's actually closed to the public. So this was designed in 1945 as part of the original Atlantic forest to be in the shape of a lung. It was meant to stop pollution problems before the city was even conceived, before it started growing. And inside, they reckon it's still got monkeys, armadillos, giant lizards, possums. Oh, I wish I could climb over. But no. So it's protected because it is the original native forest. And this was, like the cycle lane and the run lane, was brought in the 1980s for something to give the people to run around, and it's especially used on weekends according to the sign. That's a bit disappointing. And I know it covers about 145 hectares. I don't know if that's big, but it must be big because I've been walking for about 10 minutes. And all you can see is trees. Right, I'll go a bit further down just in case I get a monkey waving at me. Now I've just found a little gap in this jungle area, but even as you look at it, it is really thick jungle. And I reckon it goes on and on and on. So the animals that are inside here are so protected because humans can't get in. Not even me. So I've just seen this sign, which I've just had to Google Translate, and it's a warning sign saying, we warn that the animals in this park are in a reproductive phase, making them more aggressive. Do not feed them. Remember, all wild animals are unpredictable, which doesn't really make sense because how can you feed them when there's a fence in the way? I suppose that when you're walking around, you might have some food in your pocket. It looks like a discarded plate down there. But would you feed a cute monkey that came to the fence a banana? Well, no, I wouldn't, because that banana's mine and that's my lunch. So there's no worries there. And looking at the map, there is a road down there that cuts through the middle of the jungle, so separating it into two separate jungle areas. So I'm hoping I might be able to see a bit more, because every now and again I will stop to look at the trees to see if there's anything rustling, any movements. And there's not. They're all too busy in the centre having their own little monkey parties. Right, this is where the road splits the two jungles in half. And the only sounds coming from the jungle itself is the sound of birds. Lots of birds. And I don't really think I'm going to be able to see much because it just looks the same as further on down that way. Just the fence and jungle. Oh well, I guess that means I need to go back because it is just after lunchtime and I've not had my free food, so it'll be a good chance to get back, fill my stomach up, drink some water. There is free coffee in the hotel, but unfortunately it's black coffee. There's no milk. It's the end of the world. How am I going to survive? Well, I'll have to have it. And if you think that I'm doing this video for sympathy, nothing could be further from the truth. You all know I do a daily video from wherever I am, and if I said I'm in Maringa for one more day and I'm just going to show you free stuff, then you would have said, why are you still there? What's happening? What's going on? So this is just a continuation of my long-term backpacking adventure, and the truth that nothing ever goes to plan. It's all part of the adventure, and that's why I enjoy it. You have your problems that you've got to sort of get through them. I always do, and that's why I enjoy backpacking, traveling, enjoying life. But I am going back to the hotel. I can hear that banana calling me. 2 bananas. Shh, don't tell them. But if you've enjoyed this little walk to a park that I can't get into, if you've enjoyed my little tale of, oh no, no money, then all you gotta do is press that like button. Tomorrow's video, I'm gonna show you Maringa at night, because the cathedral all lit up is amazing. And it'll be a Saturday night where people are out and about. So until the next time, bye bye for now.